afternoon and welcome to a special edition of Tommyfield Live, where we're broadcasting directly from the QE Hall in Oldham, where we have the 33rd that is, Oldham Beer Festival, Beer and Cider Festival at that. It's the second day of the festival, and yesterday was a roaring success, and already people are wandering in. We're here now with Andy, the organiser of this weekend's beer festival. How are you doing, Andy?
I'm doing fine. Absolutely happy.
Yep. Yesterday was a great success, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really, really good yesterday. I'd say we broke records on attendance, but we had a heck of a lot of people through the door who drank a heck of a lot of beer. But there's still plenty left, of course, who were still serving beer. But yeah, it was a very, very good day. People were happy. They were leaving happy. In fact, we had to shove some out of the door at 11:15 physically. But, they were that happy, shall we say. But
it was showing time, gentlemen, please.
Yeah, it was. There's nothing like calling time. It's a dirty job that someone's got to do it. But it's a really good day. We're really pleased with it, and we think we're hoping we'll raise a substantial amount of money for the Meredith charities.
That's wonderful. But Camra's been running since 1971, hasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, it's quite long, getting long in the tooth these days. But it's a worthwhile organisation to get involved with. It's not just about drinking beer and having a good time. You know, we do worthwhile works like this, campaign for keeping pubs open, keeping breweries going, making sure that the product we're getting is absolutely spot on. It's all about that. But there's a big social side to it as well. We get volunteers running the bars, doing the glasses from all over Greater Manchester. That's a good thing about a beer festival. It's very, very rare you actually get any trouble or hassle with people. Everyone comes for a good time, to have a really nice drink with some good quality beer and enjoy themselves. And that to me is everything.
How many beers have you got on offer today, Andy?
We've got we obtained 50 casks, which are basically curated. We have a beer curator, which isn't myself.
It's
John, a beer curator.
Have you got any vacancies?
John Shufflebottom, who unfortunately has had to go to the United States this weekend, so he can't be here. But he does a grand job on actually getting beers in it. And what we tend to do, or our tradition is, we will source half of the beers from a different region of the country each year.
Yeah.
So this year we've got 24 casks in from East Anglian breweries, which people never actually see up here. So that attracts people in. The fact you've got, if you like, what's known in the beer drinking trade as beer tickers. Beer tickers. If you ever go across a beer ticker, it's someone who goes around looking. It's a bit like train spotting with beer. Instead of taking a number, you're taking the name of the beer that you drank.
So what brings you here today, apart from the wide variety and selection of beers and a good time?
Well, I've been a member of Camra actually for about 10 years. So when I used to live in Manchester, went to a lot of the beer festivals there. Lived in Oldham now for about 5 years, and I haven't known there to be a beer festival like this one here today. So really just came to come and see what it's like. Love beer festivals, and I've loved the ones I've been to, and so far so good, I'm saying, yeah.
Is there a particular beer you like?
I think the good thing about a beer festival is if you want to try something different, you can. I think that, to me, is one of the best things about it. That you can stick to pale ales all the time because there's enough variety of that, but if you want to chop and change between stouts and pale ales and IPAs, like you said,
are you always trying new ones though?
Yeah, I think for me, if you come to something like this, you want to try something that you might not usually get in your local pub, because why would you come here if you don't want to try something different? Well, sometimes it's nice to have a familiar one every now and then.
Do you go for strength as well?
I don't focus on strength that much. You don't want to go too silly too early, do you? I mean, what is it? 12:15 might be an early night if you do, but I think for me, strength is only one of the things that you consider. I think the style and the flavour and the brewery and those things come into play much earlier on than the strength. I'm drinking something by Lee's, who, of course, Middleton based, and then Phoenix. My friend's drinking that's not too far from here, but there's other ones on here that I've not heard before, so I'm quite excited to be trying new breweries, especially when breweries are facing a tough time at the moment, and it's good to support them and find out more about them.
And we're helping out the economy, because these tend to be smaller breweries, as you say. Lee's is just about the biggest brewery here.
Yes.
And it's local.
Yeah. It is, yeah. Yeah, it's great to see such quite a few small breweries here, because I keep a good eye on the industry as a whole, and it's struggling a little bit, to put it bluntly.
And we're talking to Tony, one of the people that's here sampling the wares. How are you doing, Tony?
Not so bad, yeah. There's not as much on today as there was yesterday, but I think somebody had a good night last night.
How often have you been coming to the Oldham Beer Festival?
This is just my second time.
Your second time?
Yeah.
So what beer are you drinking?
Beers I'm drinking, I must confess I'm a ticker, so I'm drinking anything I've not had before.
Now,
I suspect I'm not the only one here.
That tickers, that's the second time it's come up, that ticker.
Has it? There's a lot of us about.
Because you're being compared to train spotters.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's how we were told.
It's train spotting for grown-ups, isn't it? You know. Yeah.
So what beer are you? Oh, is it a beer? Is it
the one I've got now, I'm a bit dubious about it. It's a blackcurrant porter, which I thought, but it's not too black. I can't taste blackcurrant in it, which is nice. You know.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's nice.
We could taste the porter.
Oh yeah.
So it's good for half of it.
Oh yeah.
Do we have another guest, Connor?
Hi.
How are you doing, Connor?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, just enjoying it. Yeah,
Enjoying it?
Yeah. It's my second time this year, so yeah.
Second time this year?
Sorry, no, this is my second year that I've been to this particular festival, and loved it last time, and already on my second drink. Yeah,
second drink. And what are you drinking today, Connor?
I'm on a pint of Equilibrium. The other one was like the first time I would look and try to have a bit of. But this one I sort of had like the name. You look at certain beers. Oh, that's a fun name. Yeah, why not try what it's like? Yeah.
So where are you from?
From Salford.
Salford.
Yeah. I moved up to Oldham because of my fiance. So she's from Oldham and fell in love, and here I am.
Is she with you?
She is. She's just over there. So yeah.
What's she drinking?
She is. It was one of the. It was a wakey, and I think it was like one of the morning ones. I can't remember. I remember like the name of the brewery was wakey, but she's. I think it was quite a nice light beer. She doesn't really like more of the stouts, but yeah.
Well, I'm just looking at the description for wakey. They're from Rochelle, so nice and local.
Yeah.
And they have. Mint choc kip, which is a mint choc. I'm going to lose on this, and I've not had one
not
drink.
Had a drink yet.
Mint choc chip in a smooth and creamy stout, and they also have Beauty Sleep White Stout.
Beauty Sleep White Stout.
and the names Equilibrium.
I want to know where they come up with these names. We've got to find that.
Yeah.
I don't think I could make up half those names if you paid me. Do you know, if you gave me all day, it's just sort of like, yeah. Well, whoever does it, they've got a bit of a talent for it, I have to say.
Kent, how are you doing, Kent?
I'm not so bad, thanks very much, yeah. Just enjoying a nice half of Phoenix Brewery's Phoenix Ale, which isn't actually listed on the ales available. So I don't know whether it's unique to me or it's a late replacement.
You've not brought your own, have you?
I've not brought my own, no. I don't think they'd have let me in with my own.
Did you get some preferential treatment to get this off the books one?
Well, I don't know. It's there in a barrel with a big label on saying Phoenix, so I thought, well, I'll try that. Being
from the ashes.
A Haywood brew, and nice to see they've got so many local breweries here today.
Yeah, we were talking brief about that before, all the local stuff, and it's like a voyage of discovery into the local economies.
Yeah, it's quite surprising. I mean, I'm originally from Radcliffe, and they're very much involved in the Brightside Brewery, in a place that didn't even exist when I lived there before I moved to Oldham. And you look through and you see Deeply Vale from Bury and all these other local brews, and you think, well, they've done well to survive the pandemic, really, because a lot of businesses like this who are dependent on footfall in pubs and selling beer struggled, didn't they? While we're here, I'd just like to take the opportunity if I can to mention, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm involved in Radio Cavell, Oldham's hospital radio, and it's our 70th anniversary year this year. We're celebrating 70 years of broadcasting to the Royal Oldham Hospital, and if any of you listening were ever a member, or you know somebody, or a volunteer, or a friend, or even just a service user, a listener that we've had over the years, we'd love to get in touch with you. And if you can have a look on the Cavell website or give us your email, we'll get in touch. And if you can contribute to our photo archive or even our archive of music and interviews and events, or better still, come along to our event at Oldham Athletics Event Centre on the 20th of May for an evening of music and nostalgia, we're billing it as, and I dare say there may be a few pints of John Willie Lee's beer.
I'm sure that's going to be a great event. And Mike's not only a member of Camra, he's the secretary of, I'm going to try and get this right, the Society for the Preservation of Beers from the Wood.
Indeed, yes.
The wood. Yeah.
I'm glad you said
Wonderful.
that.
Thanks for coming and talking to us, Mike.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, tell us about your society.
Well, it was set up 10 years before Camra.
10 years?
1963.
1963.
We were. And we're celebrating our Diamond Jubilee this year.
Yeah.
And it was set up to sort of protest against the decline of wooden barrels and the cooperage and stuff like that into what they called steel dustbins, which we now know as metal casks.
Yeah.
And obviously the keg stuff was years down the line before that, so they used to protest walking around local pubs with coffins and that, protesting the death of the wooden barrels and such like.
Wow.
But since then, we still aim for the wooden barrels as a, sort of as the aim, but we've moved some of our beliefs now more towards just preserving real ale, very similar to what Camra does as well.
I actually remember wooden barrels when I was a kid, and I remember the draymen, they were all men, draymen at the time, rolling them off the dray wagons and into the cellars. I remember
the sacks. They used to put sacks down, didn't they?
Sacks, yes, they did.
So would that stop them splitting the barrel?
Yeah, stop splitting the barrel and give it a bit of a cushion to land on when it went down the track.
There were like two rails, weren't there? I remember them.
Oh, we're getting nostalgic today. You're bringing it all back to us. I'm going to go away and shed a little tear after this one. But you're fighting to bring that back.
Well, not so much to bring it back as promote it wherever, because you're finding that actually it's going full circle. So some of the craft brewers that you get who do, some of the high percentage keg beers are actually now experimenting with barley wines and things like that. And they go really well if you're maturing it for years in a wooden barrel, because the flavour goes into the barrel and then comes back out, and it adds different things to it that you just wouldn't get in a sterile metal barrel, because it's a living, breathing thing basically. And so you're getting some of those brewers who are quite interested, and so we're turning up and saying, could you just put your standard bitter in that? And they go, well, why? And then if you put a standard bitter in a wooden barrel and put it next to a metal barrel, the taste difference, I find it's more smooth, but some people say it adds a different taste to it and everything, and it's a really interesting sort of craft in a way now.
Are they recyclable?
They are, yes. Oh yeah, no. At the Manchester Beer Festival a few years ago, just before COVID, the last one at the GMEX before COVID, it was Theakston's Brewery, and they were doing a coopering exhibition,
and they had one of their coopers, because there's only 2 or 3 breweries in the country now who still employ a cooper, an apprentice cooper. And this lad was doing it, and they show what you do is you take the barrel apart when it's lost its water tightness, burn it on the inside so it chars it and sterilises it, and then you put it all back together again. And that's sometimes why you get a bit of a smoky taste with some of your rums and whiskies and such like. So Theakston's still do theirs, and Sam Smith's is another one that does it.
Welcome back to the 33rd Oldham Beer and Cider Festival from, where is it, Mike?
QE Hall.
I can never, I'm rubbish at acronyms.
The Queen Elizabeth Hall.
Look, the Queen Elizabeth Hall, Civic Centre.
I think there's someone celebrating a 50th birthday down there. There's a reserved table.
Yeah.
It does look like there's quite a few coming in now. Well, we have another guest, Morgan, a local lad from Royton.
I've got a friend who's a Camra member, and he spotted the advertising for this, because I didn't realise that this was quite an ongoing festival.
Morgan, are you a ticker?
That it?
A ticker.
We've been introduced this new term.
Yeah, we've been to, and what happens is, apparently, members of Camra go down the list and they tick off beers what they've
Oh,
had.
I see. Yes, I have been ticking off. Yes.
Oh, he has
I
been
am.
ticking.
Yeah.
Right.
I've had 3 or 4 so far, so I've been enjoying them.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't try a lot of different things normally. I sort of stick to 1 or 2 when I'm out and about. So obviously an event like this, where you've got lots of different things all available readily, it's just good to see what's on offer, really.
Right, well, it's a bit of a family affair now. I'm not going to sing the song, so you're a bit lucky on that, but we've got 4 guys, 2 generations. So what's your names, lads?
I'm David.
David.
Rob.
Alex.
Cliff.
And you, Dave, you've been coming for 30 plus years.
I've been coming since Beer Festival 7, so it's quite a long time.
And it's always in the same place, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
It is now. It used to be at the Werneth Park music rooms.
All right.
When we started. And you had to be very careful because I had sloping windowsills, and if you weren't careful...
I lost a pint. I did. I lost the best pint of beer at the end of the day. I left it on the windowsill.
Saved the best till last and then spilt it.
It bounced, it slid off the windowsill, landed on my chair, and then landed upright on the floor, but lost all the beer on the way through, and it was the best pint of beer.
You've gotten over it now, though, haven't you?
I have. It's only, well, not quite. It's only 30 odd years ago, but it's...
Just getting over it.
Well, it's funny how that impacts on you, isn't it, losing a pint like that?
Yeah.
You remember it for 30 odd years.
Yeah.
Well, we've always traditionally been a Saturday team that comes down. Apart from Cliff, he likes to do the double night.
Yeah.
He's got the energy for it.
Only this year. I did a recce yesterday.
We did.
Just in case.
As I've mentioned once or twice, I was here doing research yesterday on the Friday. It's only the professional thing to do.
Yeah, well, Cliff was here doing some of that.
I did yesterday.
Yeah, he's drank all the beers that we've wanted when we've come up today.
I believe so. Yeah, and some of them were really good. Sorry, lads.
I definitely
he wanted to drink.
This is quite a community here, though, in Oldham. It's a really kind of nice vibe, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It's Rochdale, Oldham, Bury, but the beer festival is always in Oldham.
Yeah.
It's just where you come. It's just an annual institution for us.
Yeah, it's a place.
I've been to the Bury Beer Festival and I like that as well.
Yeah.
Research.
They do some in Rochdale. The one they do every year is this one.
Yeah, it's the one that covers the whole district.
And this one for me says it's spring. You're right.
It's
nearly always a nice day.
Are you all Camra members? Camra.
We are Camra members.
These two I've been for a long time.
Are you tickers as well?
Tickers?
It's a new term that we've learned today. We like
With
to
the
use
beer
it.
list, you mean?
Yeah.
We tick the beer list here.
Oh, well,
Ticks, dots, crosses.
we don't just have a beer list. So my dad David has.
He's made it into a spreadsheet.
He's got an Excel spreadsheet from the past 20 years. So, with every beer he's tried and comments from all the kids as to how the beer was.
Kept a record of every beer festival we've been to.
Before the advancements of the smartphones, it used to be a printout where we're coming in and I'm going to add to it, and then he'd update the spreadsheet.
It's on here somewhere. There it is.
Right, we're back with this very special guest, Jackie Martin, who's 50. It's her birthday.
Hello.
She's celebrating.
And you've come here to celebrate. You got a reserved table, haven't you?
Yeah, I did. Well, I thought, why hire a room when you can have this majestic Queen Elizabeth Hall, and there's food in the corner, there's drinks that I like, and you can promote a charity.
It's one way to celebrate your 30th.
And very kindly, Michelle and Chris from the Cobb and Coal and the Fox and Pine have kindly donated my lovely big 50 balloons that I'm going to have to carry back through town. and my lovely bouquet of flowers, so thank you very much to the both of you.
Pine
so
and
the Cobb and Coal's in the market hall.
Yeah.
Sells a wonderful array of this type of ales and beers and different things.
And we definitely want to promote that kind of enterprise in
Most
our town.
definitely.
don't we?
Yeah, it's a fabulous place, and the Fox and Pine as well.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many drinks that I want to taste in all in one place.
I have to restrain her, you know.
Yeah, all at the same time. Whether I'll reach my 60th, that might be
yourself, pace yourself. Well, joined by two of our presenters from Oldham Community Radio, Matt and Jack. Matt presents our prog rock programme in Prog
Correct,
Trust.
yeah, that's right.
And Jack, brass band.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Tell us something about why you're here, apart from the beer and Oldham Community Radio.
Well, that's a difficult one, that. Why am I here?
Well,
Mainly the beer.
The beer. Here for the beer. You're a member of Camra?
I certainly am, yes, I am. I've left my duffel coat at home with my duffel bag, though, today. Yeah, I've shaved my beard as well, yeah.
And Jack, is this your first time at a beer festival?
It is, yeah. I've done food and drink festivals before, but this is the first proper beer sort of cider festival that I've done. Yeah.
I was here yesterday. There were a lot more beers on yesterday, definitely. So today I'm on the dregs today, you know. But as long as they've got a few dark porters and stouts, I'll still be here.
What about you, Jack? What's your
ciders.
methodology?
I'm always ciders. I'll just take whatever sort of fancy fruit ciders they've got on offer. Really, I like sort of trying new, unusual flavours. I noticed there was there was a hops that was it lemon, bubblegum, and dill pickle, and part of me went, that sounds awful, and the other part of me went, I wonder what that would taste like.
It sounds more fascinating than awful.
Yeah, I think that's it. Morbid curiosity is the word I'd use for my drinking tastes.
Yeah.
So I'll just try anything that sounds like, unusual and slightly crazy.
You know what? That, to me, that sounds a little bit like, ciders. It's like with the stouts. You've got your blueberry stout, your blackberry stouts, all sorts of different connotations. What they decide to put in it to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Rather than just your standard Guinness. It's just boring, that.
Well, are we on?
We are
Sorry,
on.
it's me. Yeah, are we on, Mother? Well, it's been a very interesting day.
Yeah. I've had a wonderful time, as per usual.
The guests...
Not just because I'm at a beer festival, but because I really enjoyed doing this. But I love outside broadcast. But an outside broadcast and a beer festival,
well,
I don't know.
This is my first time, so I'm quite happy. I've got to say special thanks to all our guests. We had Ed, Tony, Connor, Michael, Morgan, then the family, Dave, Rob, Alex, Cliff, and happy birthday to Jackie, her 50th birthday today, and she's held it here.
Anyway, it's bye-bye. It's goodbye from Ian.
And goodbye from Mike.
And goodbye from Dave. And goodbye from all the gang that's been here. We've had quite an entourage here, and everyone's chipped in.
Thank you.
It's been a brilliant afternoon.
It's been wonderful. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yep. Ta-da.
Bye.
Well done, chaps.
Need a drink?
Been on left.